Hi guys, welcome back to my other YouTube channel. I'm doing one with Duncan, who's a Manchester United fan. And while we talk about United fans, we were also talking about the 22-23 season. So I made a top starting 11 team for Manchester United under Erik ten Hag, and Alex Duncan has done the same. So please put a comment down below. Which one would you prefer ten Hag to pull out, to come out, players wise, to come out to against Brighton at Old Trafford? We'll go from there. In goal, I've gone for De Gea. I felt like De Gea was one of few players that was one of the standout players last season, someone alongside someone else as well, which we'll get along to. I feel like De Gea does need to get a start. I feel like it's unfair if you get someone else in and you just basically bench him, because without De Gea, I feel like I would have gone lower down in the table. So on to my right back. My right back is a new well, not a new signing, but I think he will be a new signing. But I think Wan-Bissaka will go out on loan. I think Dalot, I think he'll be back up. I've gone with Serginho Dest from Barca. Hear me out. He's a right back. He can play left back. He knows Ten Hag under Ajax. He's not Dutch. And I think that Barca also need the money. I know obviously tomorrow's going to be see how much they're going to bring in and things like that. Obviously they're still massively in debt, so it's not. I don't think he'll cover the cracks just yet. So I think if they get someone like Dest in, I feel like that could be a good sign-in for them. And he has a good. I think he used to play with the guy up front, up forward with him, and I'll tell you next in a bit. So two centre backs I've gone for. I've gone with Koulibaly and Varane. Varane, I don't think he's good, but I can't really judge him because of his injuries and things like that. So I can't really judge him. It's unfair to judge someone who's had a lot of injuries. He's still he's won a World Cup and everything like that, so you got to give him massive respect. He won a load of Champions League with Real Madrid, so you got to take that to an account. And I feel like this season, I think he could be quite good for his breakout season with Ten Hag. I've gone with Koulibaly at the other centre-back. I think Harry Maguire, I think he's made too much mistakes. How on earth you made too many mistakes and you still get picked? It just shows you how United do need another world-class centre-back. Yes, you got Lindelof, Bailly, things like that, and Twente. They're not really going to challenge Phil Jones. They're not really going to challenge Harry Maguire. Well, I think that's when they'll step up and sign Koulibaly into that one. Left back, Malaysia, if that's his name, from Feyenoord. Good player. Obviously, Ten Hag would know about him. Obviously, seen him play for Feyenoord against Ajax. And he is a good player, and I think he's the one to look out for. The two CDMs is another signing who apparently it's quite close, and then it's not. And the player says he wants to stay at Barca. It is Frankie de Jong. I think he'll go. I think he will go against Barca. Will basically send him against his wishes, that they will sell him to United, and I think he'll do well there. I think he's sort of the player that United need. Obviously, getting rid of so many midfielders like Pogba, Matic, McTominay, and things like that. So I think that's all good. The other CDM, he's a current United player. Ironically, he got the last goal for United that got Ollie sacked. It is Donny van der Beek coming out from his line from Everton. He did well for Everton. Yes, again, he was injured as well. But when he did start against people like Leeds, he basically gave Everton new lights, new determination to win the game for Frank Lampard and Everton in that game. So I feel like Van der Beek and de Jong needs to play with each other for Ajax, and he can play in that DM/centre mid role as well. So you can fit him and the guy going forward, and which is Bruno Fernandez. Bruno Fernandez, for me, he didn't have the best season last season. Yeah, he got team of the season. Beyond me, don't know why I'm FIFA, but that's what you get when you give loads of people like myself the vote to do so. I don't think he had a best season. It weren't like the Bruno Fernandez that we all knew from last season before, and I feel like this season he's got a lot to prove. He signed a new contract. Okay, make it as you will. You're probably thinking, oh, does he deserve it or not? Remains to be seen, but we'll see what we can do from there. Left mid, I've gone with Sancho. I feel like Sancho, again, he's another one. He cost United a lot of money for him, and we'll wait and see what he can do and what he can deliver going forward. I think again he needs to step up a bit as well. I mean, it's quite hard for him because he was started up obviously at Watford, then Man City, so Manchester United's nearest rivals, and it will be hard for him. And I think second season he like Varane, I think like he would get there. Right mid, I've gone another new signing, Brazilian from Ajax. I've gone with Anthony. Anthony for me, I feel like he is like, to be honest, I think he's one of the team players that I think might start in Qatar for Brazil, which we might do like team like nationality teams who would start for each country, so they're made best 11. So we'll see what we can do from there. But Anthony for Ajax, really good player, really skillful, really quick. Not knows somewhere to find the net. Knows Ten Hag well, so I think Ten Hag will know his strengths and weaknesses going forward, which is a bonus for United fans. And then my striker is another one like De Gea, saved him countless of times. It is none other than Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest of all time, along with obviously like Messi and things like that. But with Cristiano, I feel like he saved United loads last season. Him like De Gea, but Ronaldo, you can tell United would basically look at him, Ronaldo, as like the leader and be like, right, we only like 36, 37, but you know, do you mind chipping in a couple of goals? Next week he's just like 15 goals. So I feel like that's going forward. And yeah, that's my Manchester United 2022/23 season team. Where do I think they would finish? I predicted them to finish 5th. It can go two ways with United, with Ten Hag. Will he get that rebuild, really get that structure? Will he bring in the youth? Like people like Sancho, Gardner, players like that bring coming forward. And you need them sort of players. And Ten Hag has got a good record of bedding in the youth. You know, look what he's done with Ajax, with Timber, Gravenberch, De Jong. Obviously, he's gone to Ajax now. Sorry, to Barca. I know he's going back to United. Going to go to United. So he has got that pedigree when it comes to developing youth. And also, it goes to the Glazers. That's right. Will you give Ten Hag time? Look at what Liverpool did with Klopp, and then how he had to sell the players to get world-class players. And look where Liverpool are now. That's what you need to do. And United fans, you need to. It's going to be a long roller coaster. I do get that. You have now got a really good manager. You haven't got the Rangnicks. You haven't got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You've got a good manager. Yes, this case in the Dutch league, but at the end of the day, it's an improvement on the last few managers you had in previous seasons. So all the best for you, Manchester United. As you can see, I'm a Chelsea fan, and just don't go above Chelsea. All the best. Like and subscribe, guys. Take care.
Hello, and thank you, Joe, for letting me on your channel today to do a Manchester United team selection for this coming season, for 2022-23 season. So obviously I'm going to start with the main man is David De Gea. In my personal opinion, I think he should be captain or Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm going to say David De Gea as our captain and our goalkeeper. Right back, I'm going to say Dumfries from Inter Milan. I think he would be the perfect fit for Manchester United next season, other than Wan-Bissaka. I don't think Wan-Bissaka is that good. Obviously, he had an okay season. Obviously, he can only do one thing, and that's pace. That's all he can do. So I'm saying Dumfries as our right back. Two centre backs. I'm saying Pau Torres. I think Pau Torres is an excellent defender. Obviously, he's only at Villarreal, and I think he'd be cheap as chips if United can get him in. I think that will be a perfect signing. Next to Torres, I think it would be Rafael Varane. Other than Varane, if he's injured, it'll probably be Maguire. But having Varane there, I think, would be quality. Obviously, because they probably would be, I think they'd be more talkative other than Maguire, in my personal opinion. But I think that would be a perfect fit for both of them guys to be at the club next season. Obviously, Varane is already there, which would be really good. So my left back is Malacia, who is being signed by Manchester United already, which I think is a great signing. Obviously, 13-14 million for him is an absolute bargain, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, going into my midfield three is Donny van de Beek. I think he'd be quality next season. Obviously, he was on loan at Everton last season, done okay, scoring 1 goal, okay, done really okay, decent. So my midfield in the middle will be Frankie de Jong. I think he would be a menace in the midfield. I think he'd be really good, winning the ball back from other players, other teams, which I think is going to be the main thing for Manchester United. That's what they need to do next season if they want to win games. Because if United don't win games, they're going to go falling down to plot massively. So my next one is Bruno Fernandez. My thoughts on Bruno Fernandez, I didn't think he had a great season last season, but his second half of the season was not great, but I think the first half of the season was a lot better than what we've seen already. And then going to Anthony as our right winger. Obviously, he's at Ajax at the moment. I think he'd be a remarkable signing for Manchester United if we can bring him in. I think he'd be fantastic. And the striker has to be one player. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, the best player in the world for me. Honestly, he's so good on the ball. He's controller. He knows where the goal is. He'll probably bag about 20 goals next season, which I probably would guess because I think he's a great player and one of the best ever to be on a football pitch, massively. And my left winger will be Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho had an okay season last season, so I think he will do really well. So I will say Sancho. And I've just got to say one more thing. Thank you, Joe, for letting me on your channel. And hopefully I will see you guys in a bit. Thank you for watching.